Let's delve into those market movements now with David Shapiro from Sasfin Securities. David, thank you so much for joining us. How did the market perform today? A little less red than it was in the past week or so.
It was up. You know, I think we broke about 4 days of losses. Ended up, but the volumes were pitifully low. I think around about 13 billion, which is very, very small. But still, I think the trend and the mood was a lot better than we've seen. And we took that from offshore, where US is up, even Europe is performing a little better. Oil price coming down. I think things have, I don't want to say they've settled in the Middle East, but there've been no new developments. So I think markets a little happier with that.
Now, Famous Brands, the owner of Wimpy, Steers, Debonair's and Fisherways, released their latest results today. And profit is falling. What is it saying about the consumer?
Effectively, you should go through the results, because what it does tell you is it's symptomatic of what's happening in the economy. The consumer is under a bit of pressure, and therefore they have to tailor their offerings accordingly, smaller meals, in some cases, make it more affordable, but it's hurt them. And I think what does come through there is the infrastructural breakdown in this country, from electricity to water, all kinds of other issues as well as the rand. They say imported hake and coffee hurting them. So I think right across the board. But Melissa, the big thing that took everybody by surprise was this massive increase in their insurance premiums. Which came up for renewal. I mean, up 40% increase. So I think that hammered results that analysts weren't expected. But the market, I think, took it in stride. The share just trading sideways today.
Well, quite interesting also about Famous Brands is their expansion plans into the rest of Africa. So there is still some optimism on the continent.
Yep, and they'll run that from Dubai. So I think that, look, they've got good offerings. I think they've been quite successful in Dubai, the Middle East, and I'm sure they'll be able to replicate it. I think they certainly know Africa. I think they got hurt terribly badly in the UK. I'm not sure they're going to run back there, but overall, it's Africa is a consumer. They understand the market, and we'll see what happens. But it's been trading flat. It's been trading flat for a couple of years now, in a very, very tight range. And I think you're going to need a strong economy to break out from that range.
I was checking throughout the day, and the miners were not doing too well. Why this fall in share prices today?
Well, the diversifieds did well. Those are the big ones. Anglo's, Glencore, BHP did pretty well, and I think that's on the back of mainly because their primary listings are in the UK, and UK had a good market. But platinum and gold came down, and I think that's where you took the guidance from, and that's because the dollar strengthened. We've had a good run in those companies. Platinum's not so much. Platinum's continue to be under pressure, but golds have been pretty strong as the gold price has picked up. So I think it's just a little bit of profit taking, and believe me, those miners are the best vehicles, or perfect vehicles for trading. You can't, you can't forecast them hour by hour, let alone day by day. But I think it was a negative day on mainly platinum and golds, but the diversifieds were steady and strong.
Now, just a quick one, David. Has there been any reaction from the market on the resignation of Deputy SARB Governor Kuben Naidu?
I don't think so. I heard Davy. Next time we're going to do the interview on a golf course as well. He's having a good life, old Davy. But I mean, we know him, we like him very much, and as you said in your report, he was very well respected. I suppose it depends who's going to replace him. But the one thing about SARB is that they've got plenty of reserves. I don't think they'll be caught. They'll be caught without somebody to take his place. So yeah, but we can't really say. I don't know if there's really a reaction to that. I think we take guidance from what's happening in world markets, but I'm sure he'll be missed.
Now let's end this interview with a bit of optimism. Now the price of Brent crude fell under the $90 mark, and I just checked, it's under the $88 mark as well. Could this be good news for motorists come next week?
Well, we need the rand as well. And the problem is, again, oil's been so fickle. As long as things stabilize in the Middle East, and as long as we start to get the view that this is not going to expand, not going to become a major regional war, I would imagine that the oil price will continue to fall. I think it'll also help the rand a little. We need things to improve offshore, in the US. And we're starting to see that happening. We could get the rand back easily to 1850 and so on. And then it's going to be good news. But I still think we've got a lot of work to do to make, to make it really count.
Well, let's hope so, that we could hope for some good news next week with the fuel prices. But thank you so much for your time tonight, David. That was David Shapiro from Sasfin Securities.